Hello, today's video we have the following content.
Stars extremely worship Bruce Lee. Admiring the talents of martial arts legends, Chuck Norris, Nicolas Cage, Jackie Chan, Chow Chow, Donnie Yen, chose the path of actors and became familiar names. Chuck Norris is a boxer by trade and knows nothing about acting. However, after meeting Bruce Lee, whom he admired and who was introduced to him through martial arts legend Lee, he was introduced to cinema, starring in his first film, Wrecking Crew, 1969. Bruce Lee is the person Chuck Norris admires. On this opportunity, Chuck Norris was invited by Bruce Lee to duel in Hitchhiker, 1972, and gradually entered the film industry. Their duel at the Coliseum became one of the classic martial arts scenes on screens around the world. Nicolas Cage recently, while filming the new movie Outcast directed by Nick Powell, the star of the movie Face Off, said that because he happened to watch Bruce Lee's movie, he always cherished the dream of becoming a performer. Nicolas Cage said, "When I was 8 years old, my father took me to see the movie that changed my life, The Dragon Hitchhiker. I will never forget this memory. I, at the time, was a boy, sitting below. I passionately watched Bruce Lee's every move on screen. His martial arts moves made me scratch my head and think, maybe I should be an actor." Jackie Chan once said, "Without Bruce Lee, there would be no Jackie Chan." Many years ago, when Jackie Chan was a fledgling stuntman named Ruan Liu, he had the opportunity to compete with Bruce Lee in two movies, Warrior Gate, 1972, and Dragon vs. Tiger, 1973. Although he was severely beaten by the legendary Bruce Lee, that scene was something he would never forget. Bruce Lee was also an inspiration for many later martial arts actors. In 1976, 3 years after Bruce Lee passed away, Nguyen Liu was fortunate to be assigned by director Law Dua to play the main role in Tan Ton Vo Man. This work is considered a sequel to Ton Vo Man and uses a new stage name. Jackie Chan, starting from this film, another young martial arts star who combines martial arts with humor in his own style, appears on Chinese screens. Sammo Hung as Jackie Chan's older brother. Sammo Hung attracted Bruce Lee's attention when he was just a supporting character. Sammo Hung said that Bruce Lee met him on set that day and asked him if he wanted to challenge him. Before he could answer, Lee kicked Sammo Hung straight in the face. With the reaction of a martial artist, he immediately blocked the attack and was praised by Bruce Lee. What Sammo Hung did not expect was that after that, Bruce Lee, whom he considered a role model in fighting, had proactively invited him to participate. He participated in the movie The Dragon Fights the Tiger and then worked as a martial arts assistant in the movie The Flying Man, 1973. Due to Bruce Lee's sudden death, Sammo Hung was promoted to martial arts director and performed the unfinished part of the work. Donnie Yen, star of the 3D blockbuster Smash, said he is a loyal fan of Bruce Lee and whenever he needs to find creative inspiration, he rewatches Bruce Lee's movies. Donnie Yen said he had never cried so sadly in his life when he heard the news of his idol's death. That year he had just turned 10. Donnie Yen reshaped the image of the character Trank in life of Bruce Lee. Donnie Yen came to the studio with a love of martial arts, a love of cinema and admiration for Bruce Lee. Later, when he was young, he found an opportunity to reprise Tran Chan Lai's lifelong role in the ATV TV series Ton Vo Man, 1995, and the movie Ton Vo Man, 1995. Tran, 2010. Chu Kin-chi, Bruce Lee, is a world martial arts and cinema legend. He fell in love with his first martial arts skills quite early. At the age of 13, Bruce Lee studied Wing Chun martial arts with Master Deep Man, at the time the head of the Hong Kong Wing Chun sect. Deeply imbued with martial arts, he began to teach the first classes. Kung Fu in America. These martial arts classes are an important stepping stone, helping Bruce Lee rise to become a legend later. The number of classes gradually increases and the class size also expands. From here, his name began to reach a larger public, and his reputation also increased. Constantly improving himself, Bruce Lee's martial arts ability became more and more perfect. Some of his hallmarks include being able to snatch a penny out of a person's open palm before they can close it, and performing push-ups using only 2 fingers, the thumb and finger pointer, or pull up a single arm pull-up 50 times, etc. These are things that a normal person's physical ability can hardly achieve. Not only that, Bruce Lee also created his own martial arts school, called Jetu, a martial arts school that has been famous in the 4 worlds and is famous to this day. It is an eternal legacy that Bruce Lee left behind for life. The art of fighting by blocking the opponent's attack is the main philosophy of Bruce Lee's martial art. Jeet Kune Do is a martial art that includes moves from many sects such as Western boxing, Thai boxing, Japanese karate, Korean taekwondo, Chinese martial arts, Hong Jia Quan, Wing Chun, all created by Bruce Lee collectively called Kung Fu. Combining all the quintessence of forms derived from many different martial arts, Jeet Kune Do was thus born. However, that is still not enough to talk about the beauty of Jeet Kune Do, as well as Bruce Lee's mind and vision for martial arts in particular and art in general. Not only a legend of martial arts, Hollywood cinema in the early days of its development also bore the mark of Bruce Lee. His film career began to shine after the martial arts film Do Oung Sun Dai Brother, released in 1971, with revenue reaching more than $3.5 million after only 3 weeks of release. But when talking about Bruce Lee's most sublime moments, we must mention the film's 10 martial arts, Hitchhiking the Dragon, Fighting the Tiger, and Game of Death. The films brought the name of the legendary Lee family to the peak of fame. In 1972, with the film Martial Arts, Bruce Lee received 2 awards at once, the Golden Horse Award for Excellent Chinese Film and the Golden Horse Award from the Special Jury Council. After his death, in 1994, Bruce Lee also received a Lifetime Achievement Award. However, not only did he dance and act in films, Bruce Lee became the intersection between martial arts and art. What made him a legend in both fields was the martial art he invented, Jeet Kune Do. As mentioned above, Jeet Kune Do gathers and distills the essence from many different forms of martial arts and martial arts to come into existence. Not only that, Jeet Kune Do is also an ingenious combination of the dance art of the Americas and the quintessence of Asian martial arts. Bruce Lee created a completely new body form, a unique and unprecedented combination of art and martial arts. This is also the reason why the American media awarded Bruce Lee as one of the greatest people in the world, created a revolution in the world of martial arts. He was ranked by Times magazine as one of the 100 most influential people of the 20th century. With his progressive thinking, he was honored as one of the martial arts researchers with vision and ideology most impressive of all time. In July 1973, Bruce Lee, then 32 years old, had an appointment with actor George Lazenby to discuss cooperation in making the movie Game of Death, directed by Bruce Lee and also starring. At that time, the legendary Lee family was very famous, not only in Asia but also in Europe and America, with famous martial arts movies. Oung, the man who owned all that wealth and fame, cannot win against the scythe of death. At that time, Bruce Lee suddenly felt unwell, so he took painkillers and lay down to rest. Then people discovered him lying there in a coma and immediately called an ambulance to take him to the hospital. Because he was discovered too late, Bruce Lee ultimately did not survive. At 11:30 p.m. on July 20, 1973, Bruce Lee died at Queen Elizabeth Hospital in Hong Kong. His death came when he was only 33 years old. His acting and martial arts careers were both at their peak. However, regardless of the cause, Bruce Lee's death was an immense loss, small for the martial arts industry as well as the world cinema industry. People will eventually stop being curious about the cause of his death. But perhaps people will never stop regretting. A star suddenly extinguished in the moment it shone brightest in the sky of fame, the immortal star of martial arts, Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee: I never said I was number one, but I also never admitted I was number two. This quote tells us that he was very proud of his strength. He left, leaving regret in everyone's hearts. People.
Thank you for watching the video. If this is your first time watching a video, please subscribe to the channel, like and leave your comments to help us develop your channel.